With millions of YouTube channels, lovers of the weird, wacky, and what the choose talks a lot entertainment. This is Dick's News International.
Hello and welcome to Dick's News International number 7. We're talking about a jewelry heist, lots of earthquakes, and quite a bit more. But first, hello everyone. Welcome back. It's been a while since we did a Dick's News International, but that's because Thursdays got busy and blah, 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 blah. Excuses. Anywho, let's say hi to the chat, shall we? Ooh, Vince Womack. Hail. He says, mostly just lurk and listen. Stupid work needs to be done by Friday evening. Man, adulting sucks. Everybody feels that. And of course, he says, and a run, Forrest, run, as a hollow. Yeah, if I put my other hat on, I would look like Forrest Gump again. But haha, joke's on you. I just look like a dirty-ass hippie. Ha! Suck it. Anyway, hail to John Edgar. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Glad you could join us tonight. It's going to be interesting. Vince Womack says, earthquakes, is Lizzo okay? Do we really care if she is or not? I mean, honestly, if that's the problem, then there's no saving Iceland. Just saying. Man, so I figured out what all my internet issues are actually caused from, and it's the fact that my router is shitting out like a piece of shit. Just saying. So that's why the green screen won't stay working correctly while doing all this shit. Anyway, I'll have it fixed when I get the call in to Comcast. Yeah, or just go buy a better one myself, because their shit's kind of like not that great. But you don't really have much other choice. You know what I mean? It's Xfinity or some satellite that works like 20% of the time. Anywho, hail to Landrigan. Hail, Cordian chat. How y'all doing? I am doing quite well today. I'm a little tired, but that is what it is. Vince Womack says, was more hinting that she had a fall. Yes, I got that. Yes, sir. The earthquakes plus Lizzo means she's falling over because her normal footfalls are just like the impact tremors from Jurassic Park. But, you know, whatever. Man, Lizzo fat shames people. Can you believe that? Lizzo, of all people, fat shames. I'd say something about the kettle calling the pot black, but then they call me racist. So I just say, you know, what do I do in this situation? You know, whatever. But anyway, hope you guys are going to have a good time tonight, because damn, these people be crazy. Oh. All right, we're just going to jump right into this. I found this story last week. Hail to Radioactive. What is up, homie? So this first one's just to whet up the appetite a little bit, you know, just get us going on the right track. And it is, of course, that a man pretends to be a store mannequin before stealing jewelry and food from a mall. Yes, Polish police said that staff and shoppers failed to notice anything unusual as the man stood in the window. Hail to One Man Show. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Hey, guess what? Nobody gives a shit. I want this thing to go away. Nobody wants to watch the video. The video they're watching is me. Screw you. Anyway, a man was arrested after he pretended to be a mannequin in front of a store window before stealing from a shopping center after it closed, police in Warsaw say. The 22-year-old was pictured in CCTV standing still and holding a bag in the store window. Polish police said that the staff and shoppers failed to notice anything unusual as the man stood there. That's kind of crazy. Like, how pasty was this dude? How nondescript and Agent 47 was his face? Like Saitama style, just Like, what the hell was he wearing? Like, is there? Oh, there is. This video cannot be played because of a technical error. Shocky darns. Anyway. Yeah, so the 22-year-old with a bag in his hand froze motionless, pretending to be a mannequin in the front shop window, the police said in his statement. In this way, he wanted to avoid being exposed by the cameras. A lot of good that did, I guess, after a little while. After the shopping center closed, the man on one occasion stole from a jewelry stand. On another occasion, he went into a restaurant to eat before slipping under rolling shutters at the entrance to a store to swap his clothes for new ones. Afterwards, he returned to have some more food. However, he was eventually spotted by security personnel who called the police. Oh, good. Somebody actually noticed him. Like, gosh, that's why you don't trust mimes. Landrigan says, nice try. Did I say hail to Landrigan? I think I did. Hail to Sean Landrigan. I don't know if I did or not because I'm a boob. But anyway, yeah, definitely don't trust mimes. Don't. You can't trust anything that comes out of their mouth. Yep. Anyway, or whatever these people pretending to be statues are called, right? That is a weird thing. That is a weird thing. John Edgar says, I feel like that would have worked for like 5 seconds before getting caught. If they were here in the United States, it probably would have. But this is Warsaw, Poland. One Man Show says they don't say how long he stood in the window. It didn't really specify, no, just that he did it multiple times, I guess, or change clothes and stuff. Yeah. He says, you did, but I'll take another. All right. Yeah. According to the police, the man is also accused of stealing from another shopping center where they allege he took money from a cash tills and tried to steal other items after it closed. So this is not the first time he's done this. Jeez. The suspect could face 10 years in prison and has been remanded in custody for 3 months. Well, I want to see what he looked like as the mannequin. Refresh. No, not that one. Cancel. Why are you not clicked over here? Refresh. All right, let's see. Will it let us actually see what he looked like in the... Let's just pause it. There. That's him. Right there. This is him, and nobody noticed it. Nobody noticed homeboy right there chilling in the window. All right, never mind the fact that every other mannequin right there, even over here, is black/gray, gunmetal, whatever. Like, come on. Why the hell is this here? Get that out of my face. Jeez. Has been accused of shoplifting. Why the hell does that keep popping up? You got to fuck off. No. I really hate this browser sometimes. Yeah, so there you go. That was him standing in the window, waiting for the shop to close so he could be all like, hey, I'm going to jack this shit. And hey, I'm going to go get some food. And hey, I'm going to go change my clothes. And hey, I'm going to eat more food. Oh, shit, security. Oh, my gosh. Radioactive says maybe we should congratulate him for winning 10 years of free meals and housing, right? Is that a fucking bug in my house in October? What the hell is that? Little flying gnat looking thing? Like, what? I know you guys probably didn't see that, but that's obnoxious. It's October. They're supposed to be like hibernating or dead or whatever. Gosh. Wow. I just straight up stopped sharing the screen. I didn't close it. I just stopped sharing the whole damn screen. I really need to get better at this. Goodness gracious. One Man Show says, guess he just got a bit too relaxed. I'd say so. He got complacent and overconfident, and he was like, oh, they'll never see me. They're simply rent-a-cops. They're not smart enough to see me meandering around a big-ass mall. I feel like everyone involved in this situation is stupid. Just saying. Dumb. Absolutely dumb. Anyway. Oh, man. So I'm going to pop on over to the YouTube chat here, and I'm actually going to drop a poll, which we haven't done in a long time. So it is related to our next news story. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. You just wait. You just wait. In the meantime, though, make sure you check out my motivational / positivity series that I'm doing for the month of November called 30 Days of Thanks. Yeah, I give thanks for something different every single day, and they're just little short videos that I put in shorts, and then I get several hundred views, which I realize that shorts should be getting millions of views by monetization standards, but we all know I don't care about monetization. I just care about coming on here and talking too much and then forgetting to actually type out the poll that I'm supposed to be sending to the chat. But, you know, I'm still just sitting here, blah, 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 blah. Do you believe that is not spelled right? It's not spelled right. There we go. YouTube / Google R. And this is a very simple poll, I will say. Yes. It says, do you believe YouTube / Google are spying on people? Oh my. Wow. Wow, just what? Vince Womack said, stopped watching after number 5, so after you thanked your subs. Well, that's fine. Don't expect you to watch my shit anyway. Y'all expect me to be live and be entertaining live because I'm apparently much more interesting live than I am in the videos that last for 30 seconds. All right. Landrigan says, is it spying if we agree to the TOS, though? That depends on how they're doing it. We'll talk about that in just a sec. John Edgar says 100% agreed, appalled at the privacy intrusions you have to watch out for on an Android phone. Indeed. Vince Womack says, better question would be, how much is it spying? And One Man Show says, the poll question is kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? Well, yeah. But that's just kind of trying to prove a point. Because, I mean... So, YouTube's ad crackdown is facing a new challenge, and that's privacy laws. Privacy advocates argue YouTube's ad blocker restrictions violate the European Union's online privacy laws. So, we'll just read into this a little bit, and we'll see what's up. As YouTube tightens its restrictions on ad blockers, privacy advocates in the European Union are betting that the government regulations can put a stop to the crackdown. One privacy expert, Alexander Hanf, filed a complaint in October with the Irish Data Protection Commission, or the DPC. Hanf argues that YouTube's ad blocker detection system is a violation of privacy, a charge Google denies, and illegal under EU law. Ad blocker detection scripts are spyware. There is no other way to describe them, and as such, it is not acceptable to deploy them without consent. Hanf tells The Verge, I consider any deployment of technology that can be used to spy on my devices both unethical and illegal in most situations. Yeah. Vince Womack says, okay, that only works if you ignore the Run Forest Run comment. Okay. One of the only good things in the EU. Indeed, I agree with this. So let's check the poll to see how many people don't think Google is spying on us. None. Out of the 6 people that have voted, everybody thinks Google's spying on us. I mean, come on. You're such conspiracy nuts. Oh my gosh. Just kidding. I believe that Google has been spying on us since the day they were nationalized, whatever the fuck you call that. I don't know. It's been a long time. Long time. Yeah. But anyway, the fight against ad block detection isn't anything new, but YouTube's global effort to stop ad blockers has renewed interest in the topic. Sites like YouTube can detect ad blockers by either downloading JavaScript code that checks whether anything on the page has changed or by detecting when the elements required to load an ad are blocked, according to the New York Times. Yes. Ad blockers violate YouTube's terms of service, according to YouTube. While YouTube started blocking ad blockers as a small experiment in June, YouTube later confirmed to The Verge that the company has ramped up its efforts. No shit. That means more users with ad blockers enabled are finding themselves unable to watch videos on the platform. Instead of showing the video, YouTube displays a prompt that encourages users to either allow ads on YouTube or subscribe to YouTube Premium. I believe if it continues after you say no, it is then harassment. Yes. Anyway. Vince Womack says, uBlock Origin does the trick for me. Very nice. One Man Show says, it's my hardware. I figure I should have control over what I see and don't see. I agree. 100%. John Edgar says, YouTube ads have gone off the chain lately. They won't let you use ad blockers while tripling the damn ads. I'm sick of the gross, annoying game app ads. Not just that. Okay. Like they force up to minute-long unskippable ads. They're literally like, okay, if I wanted cable TV, I would have stuck with cable TV. That's all I gotta say. You know, if I want, like, you shouldn't. I miss back when you used to be able to go to the very end of the YouTube video and then push replay, and all the ads would disappear. That was fantastic. Okay, like it was great. The move hasn't gone over well with users and privacy advocates alike. No shit. The report from Wired reveals that people are installing and uninstalling ad blockers at a record pace as users search for an ad blocker that isn't affected by YouTube's restrictions. Meanwhile, YouTube maintains that ad blockers violate the platform's TOS and prevent creators from earning revenue from ads. Then maybe you should pay them better or whatever. I don't know. You're dumb. YouTube is spying on people. Han first reached out to the European Commission about the use of ad blocker detection tools in 2016. In response to his concerns, the Commission confirmed that scripts used to detect ad blockers also fall under Article 5.3 of the e-Privacy Directive, a rule that requires websites to ask user consent before storing or accessing information on a user's device, such as cookies. Article 5.3 does not limit itself to the particular type of information or technology, such as cookies, the Commission wrote at the time. Article 5.3 would also apply to the storage by websites of scripts in users' terminals, equipment to detect if the users have installed or are using ad blockers. So basically what they're saying is that Article 5.3, according to the EU, says that this type of thing is illegal because it uses directly downloaded scripts and things like that. It is a spyware, right? I mean, Landrigan says ads are cancer. Yeah, and fuck cancer. One Man Show said ads drove me away from broadcast television. I'm going to drop Amazon pretty soon since they're going to start running ads as well. I know. It's bullshit. It's almost like they're money-hungry psychopaths. It's crazy. John Edgar says exactly that, too. I will skip the rest of the video entirely when it does that. Yep. Yep. Vince Womack says, CC once had a 2-minute and 30-second ad for his 6-minute daily. Yeah. So here's the thing. The creators don't get to choose how long the ads are. Or I think they're allowed to choose whether or not it's skippable in a classification of ad or something like that. I'm not monetized, so I don't know, because I don't really give a flying shit at all about getting monetized on this. If I start doing well in my ventures, then I will start making money organically, because that's how business works. You know, when you actually put in the hard work and stuff. Anyway, it doesn't seem like this had any meaningful impact on how websites detect ad blockers, though. The European Commission seemed to reverse its stance in a proposed reform of its privacy law in 2017, stating that website providers should be able to check whether a user is using an ad blocker without their approval. If YouTube continues to... I'm pretty sure I don't want... No, whatever. If YouTube continues to think they can get away with deploying spyware in our devices, I will bring them down too. I don't know who said that. Who said it? Hey, you. Who said that? Yeah, that's a song reference. Anyway, Hanf's most recent complaint to the commission references his earlier letter. It calls upon the DPC to take action against YouTube and stop it from using ad blocker detection tools. Hanf tells The Verge that in addition to violating Article 5.3 of the ePrivacy Directive, he believes it's also a breach of the fundamental right to privacy under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other conventions. Since submitting his complaint, Hanf says the Irish DPC has already acknowledged it and that he has had a call and a number of emails exchanged with them. The Verge reached out to the DPC, but they didn't immediately hear back. Go figure. Now, I'm just going to pause here and share something else with you guys, okay? They say... All right, I'm going to do this right, but just... YouTube denied the claims that they spy on people. Okay, Google denied the claims that they spy on people. Maybe, just maybe, they shouldn't have chosen this as the opening line for their Chromebook ad. I spy. Do you? Excuse me, criminal courts. I would like to give you Exhibit A. They admitted it. It says right here that they spy. They admitted it. It is as good as a confession. Send them to the stockades? Gallows, maybe. No. That might be a bit extreme. Well, we did used to hang spies anyway. Look, they're spying. They admitted it. It says right there. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Yeah, that was a legit ad for the Google Chromebook on Reddit for the last few days. And then I saw this article where they're being sued for, or well, people are saying they're spying because they put adware built into their website. Or not adware, malware, spyware, stuff like that. And then, you know, they release an ad that says, I spy. Do you? No, bro, not on the same level you do. Like, most I Spy I do is that old school comic strip / Sega video game that came on the card. You'd shove it into the front of the old school Sonic, or I mean, the old school Sega, and it would be like, and you could have like 2 players and shit. And like, it was great. I Spy, old school retro game on the Sega. If you ever have a chance, check it out. Not that you can. Just saying. Is this where we're at? Yep. Hanf isn't the only advocate who opposes YouTube's ad blocker clampdown either. Patrick Breyer, a German digital rights advocate and a member of the European Parliament, writes to Mastodon that YouTube wants to force us into surveillance advertising and tracking with an anti-ad block wall. Breyer says he is also asking the European Commission about the legality of ad blocker detection systems under the e-privacy directive. It sounds like people really like their privacy.
Just saying. You know, I like privacy as well.
Anyway, YouTube spokesperson Christopher Lawton responded to Humph and Breyer's challenges by reiterating the same bullshit provided to The Verge last month, noting that YouTube has launched a global effort to spy and steal as much data as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, I misread that, to crack down on ad blockers. Lawton adds that the company will, of course, cooperate fully with any questions or queries from the DPC. Dumbass. I don't like that man. He's a bit of a wanker. Anyway, if European Commission finds that YouTube's ad blocker detection system violates the EU's e-privacy directive, the Commission might hit the platform with a fine and force it to change the feature. It's a bit too early to tell how the Commission will respond to Humph's challenge, but the outcome likely won't result in any changes to the existing system for those of us in the US. No shit. For now, Humph isn't backing down. I've been fighting for a stronger protection of privacy and data protection rights for almost 2 decades, he says. If YouTube continues to think they can get away with deploying spyware to our devices, I will bring them down too. First of all, who did you bring down for this to be a two situation? Second of all, it's fucking Google. Good luck. I mean, seriously, the Indian government already has all your data. Okay? The moment you, all your data is in the hands of the Indian government. Okay? Anyway. But for live streams, I prefer to Rumble or Odyssey. That's fair. Vince Womack says, against the human rights, that's a bit far-fetched. Yeah, I agree. A little bit. And the Chinese. Yeah, the Chinese have had the shit for a long time. I'm pretty sure the most recent meeting with Xi was just like some kind of like, okay, well, we need some political like PR going on, but I have some documents I need to give you, bro. Like that kind of shit, and not coming towards us, going away from us so he can cripple the United States in his evil plot to take over the world. Anyway. So, yes, in my personal opinion, which is in no way, shape, or form professional at all, Google is spying on us. And if you want to weigh in on that, make sure you hit the vote buttons on the thingy-mabobber poll that I threw up in the chat. Yeah. So far, not looking good for YouTube. People pretty much think YouTube and Google are spying on us. Shocker. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take a puff. So read this comment from Vince Womack. Like, make sure you read it in like a really sexy voice, for sure. Because I don't have one of those. I'm sorry, I don't. It's not possible. If this case holds up in the EU, you know how much difference it would make in the United States? Whole fuckload of nothing. Zero. Nada. You know why? Because America is run by its own crazy band of lunatics, most of whom are corporate, a lot of whom are born through and through politicians. It's no bueno. Anyway, like seriously. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and close this poll out and do another one. How about that? And this is also going to be a simple one. It's going to be a yes or no question. Not a huge deal. Have you ever been in an earthquake? That's not how you spell quake. There we go. Sadosh. What's up? There it is. Yeah, what's up? Most people and everyone agrees Google is spying. Hail to Southern Belle. She says, should they spy without a warrant? Not according to the amendments. Let's be honest. Do they care? They're gonna spy if they want to spy. That's what they do, yo. They spy on you. They're a big tech company. Big tech without data means nothing. I mean, seriously. And I lost the article, but there was a huge breach in a centralized data hub that hit a shitload of I can't remember the company's name either, but there, centralized data place got hacked. Like hundreds of thousands, maybe even million people lost, like data got swiped. And that's what happens when you centralize data. Google wants that for the United States. What is up? So Vince Womack says, my ex says I made her Earth move. Does that count? No, it does not. Landrigan says, only a mini earthquake. Radioactive says, the real question is how many people in earthquakes on the east and west coasts? Well, John Edgar says, yes, once a rather tiny one, along the New Madrid fault line in Arkansas, of all places. That is very strange. Very strange indeed. We're going to give the poll a little bit of time to get everybody in the chat a vote. You know what I mean? So how many people in earthquakes on the east and west coasts? How many people in earthquakes in general? Because an earthquake hit Texas just recently, actually. Like, earthquakes are hitting places they're not usually at. And when we talk earthquakes, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, he's going to bring up the ones that trapped all those people in the Middle East and like all this other. No. Not at all. Mass casualty events not reported on Talks a Lot Entertainment. You know why? Because I don't really care. I don't care if that makes me callous or whatever. But Southern Belle says a small earthquake that was just a rock in motion for a few seconds. Yeah, earthquakes can really change their intensity. It's pretty crazy. So far, 60% of the 10 votes. So 6 people have been in a earthquake of some kind, and 40% have not. I am in the other percent of not. Yes, I have not been in an earthquake before. Southern Belle says, we have earthquakes in the mountains, but we don't feel them. I see them on the reports. Yes. If you look at the seismic activity reports that you can get from the USGS or various places like that, then you'll see that there are literally earthquakes everywhere. But, man. But realistically, like, how impactful that is really depends on how low you are, right? Seems like, anyway. Vince says, no, not as far as I know. Well, here you go. This was published November 15th. So Iceland experiences another 800 earthquakes overnight as researchers find signs volcanic eruption is near. 800 overnight. And it's enough to worry people. Okay. After experiencing 700 earthquakes on Tuesday, Iceland meteorologists said Wednesday morning the country experienced another 800 since midnight. The quakes came after researchers detected sulfur dioxide, a gas that indicates magma is near the ground surface. Most of the earthquakes that struck early Wednesday were in the middle of a magma dike at the depth between roughly 2 and 3 miles. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. the country's meteorological office said in a 6:30 Eastern Time update. They also said that there are clear indications of deformation in the area, and magma is still flowing, and that the dike into which it's going seems to be solidifying. So, yes. John Edgar says, I read about this. That sounds pretty scary. Yes, it sounds pretty scary. But is it? Is it? The office also detected measurements of sulfur dioxide, which, according to the United States Geological Survey, or USGS, as they should have put in fucking parentheses, but whatever, colorless gas, and with a pungent odor that can irritate people's eyes, nose, and throat. The gas is released when magma is relatively near the surface. Thank you. I don't know if it's too serious or not. I mean, it's not like we have evidence that there's damage being done or anything, right? So this says that a big crack went across Grindavik in southern Iceland following the earthquakes. 4,000 people, wow, was evacuated early hours of the 11th as magma shifted under the Earth's crust, causing hundreds of earthquakes. Experts, yep, it freaking destroyed the road. That's crazy. I mean, look at that. I want to see big picture. And it still did not get bigger. Everything else got bigger, but not that. Ow. Stop it. Gosh. Yeah, so the update comes days after meteorological warning. The likelihood of a volcanic eruption remains high after more than 700 earthquakes were recorded between midnight and 8 a.m. local time. So literally 8 hours, 700 earthquakes. Vince Womack says there was also big crack in the White House. Yeah, they probably still is, dude. They probably still is. You know, just saying. Maybe the sniffing is a reflex. The largest of Tuesday's quakes was a 3.1. So often felt but only causes minor damage. Yeah, in California, that's not even registering in most people's minds. They're like, man, I think I got some indigestion. Yeah. They were micro quakes, yes, but this is the whole thing here, okay? Right here. Look at the tectonic plate boundary running through Iceland, all right? And this is all your earthquakes down here, right? And that's Reykjavik, all right? 4,000 people were evacuated from right here, okay? Like, these are all the earthquakes. And again, running right along the tectonic plate, but I'm not even going to, you know what? I am going to try to pronounce this name. Fagradalsfjall. Yeah, there you go. I tried. That's fjord. Fjall. That's fjall. FJ. Fjall, I believe. So Fagradalsfjall. Volcano. Yes. I don't remember if you guys remember the last volcanic eruption that really messed things up was kind of in Iceland. Just saying. Took a turn for is worrying. Thin sliver of magma. Yeah, I just thought it was crazy that these guys are getting just like, look at that map. You know, the magnitudes. If it was bigger than a 3.8, it'd be like, you know, it's right there is the 3.8, right? Yep. 3.8. This is like, that's crazy. He says that's probably how I would have pronounced it. Yeah. Radioactive says Mid-Atlantic Ridge runs through the middle of Iceland. Yeah. See, and that's why I would never understand why people would want to live in a place like that. I'm just saying, like, that place is going to blow up on you. Maybe tectonic plates make a like a radical shift and go, and the whole fucking place just collapses like Atlantis style into the sea, never to be seen again. Crazy. He says, one man show says, I'd probably avoid any hot springs in the area for a while. Just a little bit. You know, the sulfuric acid levels are probably just slightly high this time of year. So make sure you put on some extra protection before you jump into the lakes of Iceland around Grindavik with the Fagradalsfjall volcano. Yeah. I could get in a lot of trouble if I mispronounced the beginning of that. Just saying. Just saying. I'm 12, so I notice these kinds of things, you know? Vince Womack says, funny enough, that volcano put less CO2 into the atmosphere than the air travel that was stopped because of the ash in the air. Hail to Casey Charlie Chats. He says, that would make OE. I have no idea what that means, homie. Now I gotta be totally honest. I don't know what that means. Make OE. McCoy. So far, 58% of the people that have voted have been in earthquakes. 42% have not. Well, that's all the material I had for the night, so let's just sit around and shoot the shit for a little bit, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. I really need winter to start actually being cold and wet. Just saying, I do, because then I'll stop having to go outside so much and work outside so much, and then I can actually do stuff here. Well, you know, like I got 60 hours of paid time off that I cannot fucking use because there's no way I'm fitting that much time into the next like 4 or 8 weeks. Because I'm only allowed to take 2 hours a day. Gosh. Awesome One says, I can't read the polls, so I just put my finger somewhere. That's fine. It's just asking if you've been in an earthquake or not. Vince Womack says, yeah, have only 17,000 more data set to work through. Oh, boy. That's super fun. Casey Charlie Chat says, fat fingered the phone. Wanted to say one hell of an Irwin Allen. Blah. Turning into comics division all of a sudden. Irwin Allen movie sets. Data sets. Yes. Is data pluralized on its own? My brain always breaks on that. Is data automatically pluralized without an S? Anyway. 800. Could you imagine living in a place that gets 800 like earthquakes a day? Or at least 800 within 8 hours? Jeez. One Man Show says, don't turn into comics too much. You might shrink. Yeah. Word. What is that? Osteoporosis, where your bones get all dry and shrink up? I don't know. John Edgar says, Missouri winters can get rough. I've befriended this local stray cat. I'm trying to teach to come inside with me before the winter gets bad. That's very nice of you, actually. And Awesome One says, yes, I've been in an earthquake. All right. Data says data. One data, two data. Not datas. Or only on Star Trek can there be two datas. True facts. True facts. Cali gets a lot of quakes. They're most are not noticeable. Indeed. When they do notice it, like, let's be honest, California's overdue. A lot of these places are overdue for massive earthquakes. And like when it hits, it's going to be bad. I'm not trying to be a doom and gloomer, but let's look at the reality of where they live. California is in a bad spot for earthquakes. But like a lot of people don't realize that, you know, where the earthquakes are matter. Around the Pacific Rim, or, you know, the ring of fire, if you will, where all the plates and all the volcanoes and all this stuff, very common to have earthquakes all the time. In a place where I'm at, like Colorado, an earthquake pretty much means that Yellowstone is about to blow up. And I ain't got shit to worry about for the rest of my life, which would be a whole like 2.5 seconds. Because let's be honest, that's a big ass volcano. Fucked. But anyway, Awesome One says, hope it doesn't have rabies. You would know if the cat had rabies, bro. You would not be able to come near it in any way, shape, or form. It would be hyper aggressive in ways that you'd be like, I don't want to take care of that cat. I want to push that cat out of a fucking building. Like, I hate that cat. That's how you would feel, honestly. Just saying, because you can't test cats for aquaphobia when they have rabies, because they already hate water. Anyway, Lex Luthor did nothing wrong. You're damn right he didn't. Get rid of that damn alien. When he wanted to shove Callie into the ocean. Hey, yeah, you're not wrong. Again, like Lex Luthor gets it. Just saying. John Edgar says, no worries, no rabies. He's quite timid but friendly. Call him Walter. That's a good name for a cat. Mine's Murray and Monroe. Yeah. I have no idea what they're talking about, so I'm not going to highlight those. I do know what they're talking about, but still. So, closing this out, the poll that is asking about you whether or not you've been in an earthquake. So apparently, at the end of the poll, 61% of people who voted have been in an earthquake of some form, which is awesome. I've never been in an earthquake. I watched a what up, Culture Casino? Hey, buddy. Yeah, we doing some Thursday night throwdown here in a little bit, bro. It's gonna be a good time. I'll tell you what. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We didn't have any semen tainted water bottles on this show, so you missed a good one. But his reactions during that show were just great. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. He says, darn. Yep. Shucky darns. So seriously though, like, I'm assuming the jewelry heist mannequin thing that we talked about at the beginning was a case of like pluralistic ignorance and inattentive blindness. You know, that's just my assumption. John Edgar says, I have been in a tornado, not a powerful earthquake. That was scary. I've watched tornadoes touch down, but they've never actually come my direction. It was really interesting. Culture Casino says, do you need a cock awareness commercial? No, I don't. No, really don't. I don't really need people that aware of cock. But it would be awesome if people went and got some stuff from Beach Punk. If we had a link. Wink, wink. Culture Casino. You know, just saying. Just saying. I don't have the links to Beach Punk stuff because I didn't think about it. Yeah. Hail to the TZ Burton. What's up, brother? Yes, please do send me some stuff. Hail to Sanding Monkey. He says, oh my God, the cock merch. That's right. That's right. Get all your cock needs. Yeah. I was thinking about making a t-shirt on my spread shop that says Eabod. EABOD. Eat a bag of dicks. But I don't know if people would get it. Yep. Check that out. www.beachpunk.us. Go check it out. Oh, and Vince Womack dropped it too. He says, 1 second too late. Yep. Culture Casino says, I think earthquakes are no fun. I have no doubt. Add an illustration, maybe. Oh, you want me to go check out the beach punk? Okay. And I know the Eobod thing is what you're talking about, bro. I could. So I'm just gonna zoom this in so we can check it out. There's the beach punk ladies hoodie. Fuck off with the mailing list shit. And the beach punk tribal rooster tiki hoodie. Yeah, and then there's the big one. And then there's wow. You know, I gotta be honest. I didn't realize we were doing body positivity. Just saying. You know, oh wow, those are some interesting shoes. You can make shoes. You got shoes. Radioactive says, if you ever have been on a boat, when it hits the wake of another boat, you know what a big earthquake is like. That's fair. I have been on a boat when it hit. I have been in that situation. So, again, body positivity, bro. All right. I mean, he's a more successful model than I was. I'm not going to fucking, like, fault him for that shit at all. Like, let's look at this gigantic beach punk rooster tiki stainless water bottle. What colors does it come in? White, golden glitter, gold glitter. Does I get a picture of the gold glitter? I don't get a picture of the gold glitter. I can't look at the gay because there's pink glitter. What if I want to see the pink glitter? Because it's so fabulous. Oh my gosh. And then there's silver and there's turquoise glitter, but I can't look at that either. Oh my gosh, there's no previews. Size, I want extra large. Like super big. I mean, come on. It says kicks are more for chicks. I like wearing shoes, so I don't know if I agree with that statement. Fucking weirdo. Gosh. Is this a whole nother fucking... Nope, I just closed the whole website, didn't I? Sure did. Oh, wow. Yeah, but seriously. Check that shit out. Well, it looks like my chat on the YouTube side froze a little bit. Nope, there we go. All right. He said, Culture Casino says, that's my big cock bottle. It is indeed. Casey Charlie Chat says, I think there is a donut shop named Dick's that uses the tagline, bag of dicks. Yeah, that's awesome. Huge cock, indeed. Yeah. John Edgar says, any badass cuisine you've grilled up lately? Well, actually, I perfected the roast method that I was doing. So you double butterfly it, but then this time I actually smothered it in a hickory smoked barbecue sauce and let it cook for 5 hours after double butterflying and rolling it and all this other stuff. And it sat there and it cooked. I think we had it at 300 degrees for 5 hours. And it just came out so good. It was the single most tender. Like I was eating this giant ass chunk of meat with 2 forks, just like just double fisted in a fork. It's good. Culture Casino says Corey is white samurai. I mean, I do have 2 swords, so does that? Someone says, OM, turkey. Oh my, the turkey. Yeah, we're not doing turkey for Thanksgiving this year. Nope. We breaking that kind of tradition and shit because cooking turkey is a pain in my ass and I don't want to deal with it. And nobody really likes turkey. My dog's allergic to fowl. So if he eats it, he shits all over the place. And then I get up in the morning and because he shits right in front of my coffee maker and I step in it because I'm so tired that I'm going to go make coffee and then I fucking step in it. You're wearing nothing but my socks. And then you're like, my whole day is going to be shit now because I stepped in shit first thing right off the bat. And you know what, though? Boom. All of a sudden, it's not because I have a rational mind. It's right. Haha. Culture says, I got to cook 4 turkeys this year. We're doing lasagna. Thanksgiving tacos. We actually do Taco New Year. Yeah. This big old gigantic Taco New Year thing that happens. We're doing lasagna, homemade everything lasagna, with exception to the noodles, because I still haven't figured out how to make lasagna noodles properly. Let's use that term, properly. Awesome one says, we have turkeys that sometimes come out of the woods near me. We have some that actually live on a hill that connects my town to another one. And like for the longest time, no one believed my wife that she was seeing these turkeys. Like I did, because I've lived out here long enough that I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've shot at those turkeys, or at least their forefathers at one point or another. Well, not obviously, but anyway, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. He says, buy oven-ready noodles, much easier. We don't buy the oven-ready ones, but we do buy the pre-made ones. Just because, yeah, my wife has preferences, and I don't argue with my wife's preferences. One Man Show says, turkey is kind of pointless for me since it's only me this year. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Really sorry to hear that. Culture Casino says, lasagna, that's way easier than turkey. It is. It is, honestly. We've been doing it for so long, we could do it with our eyes closed, too. Like, not the... Like, making the lasagna, I should say. Like, the meatballs that we make are amazing. They're fantastic. It's like 2 parts beef, 1 part pork, ground. And then we make the meatballs. And then, like, we stew that in the sauce for, like, 2 or 3 days. And then we chop the shit out the meatballs, or like squish them up and stuff, and then we layer those into the lasagna with the proper cheeses, depending on which cheeses and stuff like that. It's really good. Awesome one says, I made 2 lasagnas in the past week or so. That's nice. I like that. I like lasagna, so you should keep making lasagna. It's good. Normally I would say something about Garfield, but I'm so sick of Chris Pratt coming in and voicing my childhood like favorites. Like, fuck off. Go away. Go be an action star or something. Gosh. Sanding Monkey says, Corey, will you be riding a Harley Davidson after the stream? No. Shocking admission. Never actually ridden a motorcycle before. Ever. In my entire life. Well, I got on a dirt bike one time, but like, yeah, nobody trusts me, and I don't trust myself on a motorcycle of any kind. Just saying. He says, oh, you free of the cookie lady, one man. Oh, the cookie lady. Cookie lady. I don't know. I'm craving lasagna now. Yeah, me too. Vince Womack says, I need to work on my meatballs. Need to be consistent size. All right. What size meatballs do you prefer, sir? Well, someone says, talking of baking, I need to make some banana cream pie tonight. Yeah, banana cream pie is so good. It's tasty. As Rengoku would say, it's tasty. At least in the American dub that I watched. That's what he says. Yeah. Man, Rengoku's still one of my favorite characters of all time. He'll never change from, like, you can't beat him. He peaked at awesome and then died, and then, like, he can't get bad. You can't turn him into a bad character. He dead. He died being amazing. That makes him eternally amazing. Hell yeah, Rengoku. Anyway, yes, I'm still on about that too, by the way. Vince Womack says, I like them about ping pong ball size. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe just slightly bigger. Poor Rengoku. Indeed. Sanding Monkey says, if you want some meat, you'll have to... That'll fill your mouth. Grab Brahma Bull's balls. Yeah. And he'll just load you up with that Brahma milk. That bull's milk. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last few seconds of our show. Dang. Tonight went a little bit faster than I was expecting it to. That's awesome. Anyway, make sure you join us tonight on... no, not Yelling at Parked Cars. That's on Wednesdays now. gosh, Thursday Night Throwdown, because it's Thursday night, and I even wrote a theme song for that show, and I can't even remember that it's Thursday. That's how fucked my brain is. What? Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you again soon. As Awesome One says, happy Thanksgiving. I will see you all soon. Stay sexy. Don't get murdered. And as always, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.